I'm sorry. I'm late. I started late. I'm fucking late. I'm sorry. I was at the gym and then I lost track of time because I was bullshitting with a couple of guys at the gym after I was done and I lost track of time. But anyway, Series of Silliness, Bodybuilding. This is Shooting the Breeze with John Livia and Lee Priest. Lee should be here any second. Oh, God. Sent the link. Oh, God. All right. Crazy day today. What's up, Xavier? What's happening? I was about to call the police. I'm sorry, Forrest, man. I know. I was only, how late was I? Oh, all right. My wife is yelling at me. I'm back. How late was I? Man, I was almost 7 minutes late. Ain't this a bitch? Let's see. I'm also gonna invite Xavier to see if he wants to join us because he's a very nice guy. It's nice. Oh, God. Anyway, I hope you guys had a good weekend. Xavier, I sent you the link if you want to join us, but it's completely up to you, my brother. You saved the day last week. Okay. If you guys have not seen, Jesus Christ, I'm getting fucking ugly. God in heaven. On my other channel, if you guys are interested, I actually interviewed Scott Bernstein. Scott Bernstein is the host of Original Gangster Podcast, and we talked about the mafia that's happening in 2025, and we talked about the Hells Angels happening in 2025. If you're interested, now the other thing is, we got those. Oh shit!
Oh shit!
Oh shit! Big bad Lee Priest.
I don't know what it is with you. Ever since you got those jerseys, you're always late. You become a bit of a prima fucking
next week, I promise I won't be late. I promise.
Well, you definitely haven't put makeup on. Definitely have put makeup on or done your hair. So what's the excuse?
I was at the gym and I lost track of time because I was bullshitting with a couple of guys at the gym after I was done. After I was done doing the workout, like I know to do.
Did you film it?
I did one short piece.
I had to film this fucking thing for China. These Chinese people want me to do like 6 arm exercises for buys and then 6 for tries and then do a thing I told you. So I did it all, and then I did the talking at home sitting here for 15 minutes and did another talking bit about life lessons. And guess what? I said, have you downloaded them all so I can delete them from my drive? They said, yeah, we download all. And then they get back and say, oh, sorry, we did not download the training one, so I must go do them again now. Oh, fucking.
Oh, man. The fucking chinks, man. What are you going to do, man? You know what I mean?
Jesus.
The chinks. You can't live with them.
I tell you.
Can't live without them. You know?
The plate.
What the hell was I going to say? I was about to say something. Oh, yeah. So what did Dave Palumbo decide that he was going to do an eating contest with a bunch of little kids? I was like, oh, I watched it.
No, he was in the open. He was in the open, he said.
I didn't decide to go in the open.
He tied with a young 14-year-old and got a $20 voucher. But it's like he wanted to let his kids see him compete in that. I'm like, yeah, that's good because he said they'll never see me compete in bodybuilding. So, you know, did you see the little clip? It was pretty funny because it's like I won a contest when I was younger, pizza eating and this and that. But then he gets upset because he goes, oh, Logan did it too, but Logan got beat by a 15-year-old and he's only 9. I'm thinking, well, you're almost 16. You just beat the poor little kid.
Yeah, there are some things you just let your kids do. You know what I mean?
Sometimes you got to give the kid the win when they're that young. Dave.
Yeah, really. You know, oh God, what are you gonna do? Oh man,
that'd be me running in some race with young kids tripping them over, or Johnny Knoxville in The Ringer, was it, where he went to Special Olympics?
Oh my God, what was it? That was what movie he made. That was actually pretty fun.
Was it called The Ringer? The Ringer?
Yeah, that's what it was called, The Ringer.
But even at the Special Olympics, they were beating him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I figured I'm always trying to look for something fun to talk about, but bodybuilding related. So I figured we could talk about the strongest bodybuilders we ever encountered. Strongest bodybuilders that we know.
Me.
Really?
I don't get credit, really. You got to think pound for pound. When I was like 18 and I would have weighed, I was still 70 odd kilos, 70, 75 kilos. I was benching 5 plates, 500 pounds.
God damn.
And squatting 6, 7 plates. Because everyone said when I was younger, I should go into powerlifting. But I'm like, no, I want to do bodybuilding now. But as I said, I should have done powerlifting because I could eat what I want and just do 1 rep. I should have fucking done.
Yeah, but except that you wouldn't have been famous and you wouldn't have made any money.
But the thing is, too, even when I was like dieted down, I curled 300 pounds, a little bit over, when I was about 204 when I did my first Olympia. And then I used to use 200-pound dumbbells. But the thing is, it's weird what people create with strongest bodybuilders sometimes, or hard trainers, because I never yelled or screamed. Even Joe Gold would say to people, why are you making all that noise? Lee could be over there squatting 7 plates. I wouldn't know he's in the gym. He doesn't make a noise. So I think sometimes on the internet, they equate as being hardcore, slamming the weights and screaming. And
I make noise.
Huh? You do?
I do, yeah. I mean, it's.
Do you make noise when you're making love to your wife? Like scary? You start screaming. I gotta come.
Yeah. No, it's more like this when I make love to my.
Oh, is that the face? Is that the face she's got to look at? Oh my god! Oh god!
Yeah, that's.
I bet her favorite position is doggy, so she doesn't have to fucking look at that.
Yeah. And I know, yeah. And and that's the same face I make when I'm jerking off.
and then once you come, you just sit there going, "Oh fuck! Now I've got to clean this mess up," and you feel guilty like a dirty fucking pervert.
Yeah. Well, I come ready. Do I have anything?
Oh.
No. I come ready. I got my
tissues on standby and shit.
Ready. Got ready to go.
You don't want to get up and walk around the room and have it slide down your stomach and shit.
No. I haven't done that. I figured out in high school that I needed a tissue. You know, I figured out.
We were the strongest bodybuilders to fucking wanking off.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry about that. Yeah.
Come on.
So I think the two strongest bodybuilders that I encountered personally.
I know who you're gonna say.
Who?
Johnny Jackson.
Well, I didn't encounter him personally. Like, well, I saw. Yeah. Well, Johnny Jackson definitely, especially when it came to back. But when I pound for pound, who I saw in person, Sean Clarita, definitely, and then overall, Akeem Williams.
Yeah, I've heard he's really strong.
I was retarded. It's ridiculous, but you know, I don't have the exposure to a lot of bodybuilders like somebody like you might. But the guys
if you watch the old videos, Franco looked pretty strong back in his day, lifting and benching and all that shit.
Yeah, Franco was really strong.
Because he used to do the world's strongest man's events, remember?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he fucked up his leg too.
You don't see guys that height anymore doing it. Because I think back then they catered for different heights. Now you got to be like 6'5" and over to do it. Because if you were really strong and short now, some of those events you wouldn't be able to pick it off the ground. It'd be still dragging. It'd be like.
Yeah, it was. They didn't even the strongest man back then in the early '80s. They didn't even know what the hell they were doing. They was just putting shit together. They carry
he blew his knee out carrying that fridge. I think there's video of it on his back.
Yeah, that was Franco. Yeah, bending the.
Did Ferrigno do a world's strongest man back then too? When Franco did?
Yeah, it was in the same one with because back then what they did was they got bodybuilders, they got powerlifters, they got football players, and they just put them on this world's strongest man thing. And they just made this shit up. And then it evolved from there. But James Hollingshead's really strong too, actually.
You watch him squat 7 plates or more, it looks like he's squatting 3.
yeah, he's insanely strong. Johnny,
That's what makes it look strong too. I always find if someone's yelling and screaming, but if you can see someone use that weight, don't really make a noise, and it's just up and down, it's like they make it look effortless. That's why people go, oh, yeah, it's okay. But if he started screaming, oh my God, that's hardcore.
Yeah. I make a lot of noise when I'm working out in the gym. I
make a lot of noise putting my shoes on before I go to the fucking gym.
yeah, when I'm at the gym, but my noise is a little different. It's not like I'm not like and my noise is like
Wife, I know I'm getting old when I start making sound effects when I'm getting dressed, because it's like, I laughed the other morning. I was putting my shoes on and I started laughing. She said, "Why are you laughing?" I said, "Listen to me." I'm like,
yeah.
Just putting my shoes on. I'm like, fuck, listen to me.
That's and when I'm on my last set and it's like the heaviest set and I'm like, oh, this is so heavy. Jesus.
But anyone?
Oh, Lord have mercy. This is I think I want to have a sip of sweet tea after this.
Harold, spot. I'm feeling verklempt.
Is it hot in here? Is it just all the men around?
Oh, just me looking at myself in the mirror. That's
it. God, I didn't realize that was so powerful.
I gotta go in the bathroom for a minute. I'll be back.
That's what those are the noises I make. Unbelievable.
I wonder what happened if you just out of the blue, just for shits and giggles, recorded yourself when the gym's busy, you start making noises like that just to get the reaction of people around you.
Yeah.
see people just look at you like, you just start doing weird noises and see what they do.
That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah.
Out the blue. Something so fucking weird.
The problem is it's not funny anymore because everybody's got those earbuds in. It's like, oh, they would have been hilarious.
When you get up, congratulate yourself. Fucking good set, mate. Yeah. Fucking good set.
Bro, do you know how many times I'm in the gym and I just rip a fucking, because I know nobody's gonna hear it. And if it smells, I just go like this. If it smells, I go. You know.
People do that and you walk into it, it's like hitting the brick wall, some of those thick ones. It's like, oh fuck. Cut that fucker with a knife. That's so thick.
Yeah, I just let it blast. No, because everybody's got their earbuds in. And
Have you ever tried this when it's really thick and you can smell it like that? You ever tried breathing through your mouth to taste it? No, we should try it next time.
Yeah,
what did I have for dinner? Oh, that seems like a nice beef Wellington stew.
When I'm around the guys at work and they fought, I'll wait around to see if it smells, and then I go, God damn!
What comedian said that? Some comedian was saying,
Eddie Murphy.
How dumb are people? It's like we have this fart grading thing. It's like,
Eddie Murphy.
If someone goes, I farted, you should get the fuck out. But if I say I farted, your mates go, oh fuck, you did too.
What do you think? I was lying to you?
We put it into a grading system. That way, it'll always come up when you do a fart. They go, oh, that's bad, but it wasn't as bad as the one you did at fucking such and such.
Yeah,
you have a system, so you got to grade them.
My middle brother, he's got the best farts because it doesn't smell, but it sounds. I tell him his fart sounds like a baby elephant calling its mother, because his farts always sound like.
Is that your friend or
my brother?
Oh, he'd be like a gay man's wet dream if it didn't stink.
Oh God, that's it. No, gay man's wet dream is this.
and a bunch of flowers comes out like a magician.
Yeah. You know, Lee, I've been meaning to tell you, you're fucked up. You got problems.
I'm glad we're still talking about strong bodybuilding.
Oh yeah, that's right. Strong body. Who else is strong? Okay, so we said King Williams.
Branch is strong.
Branch is pretty strong. Ronnie, of course. Ronnie Coleman.
Cormier and Leverone.
Yeah, really? Cormier was strong. Leverone, I guess. You know what it is? As far they're strong for body, they're strong, but like
as far as
when I'm thinking strong, I'm thinking freaky strong. Ronnie,
talking about just like I see like freaky strong too. Like, but to me, if someone does 1 or 2 reps, I'm like, yeah, it's strong. But to me, it's like Kevin with 5 plates, maybe benching out 10 or 12 reps on an incline, or 4 plates behind the neck press. And so to me, that's like strength and endurance, I guess, or something.
Yeah. Do you know who was most impressive to me? He wasn't a great bodybuilder, but Stan Efferding.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Stan Efferding would rep out the 200-pound dumbbells on incline like it was nothing. He actually deadlifted 500 with one fucking arm. I don't know if you ever saw that clip, but it was one, and I'm like, sweet gee, this was back like, I don't know, 10 years ago when social media started like kind of like, blowing up. And he was just a fucking beast, dude. And I remember he was in some gym, and I don't know if they were the 200-pound dumbbells or 210-pound dumbbells, and there were cobwebs on it because nobody used them.
What's his name was strong too? Jim Quinn. Jim Quinn was pretty strong when he trained with Billy from the Gladiators at Gold's Gym. They were very strong. Barbarian Brothers,
the Barbarian Brothers, yeah. I'm trying to think.
Hey, my mate Jimmy the Bull, he was strong.
He was a beast back in the day.
Wasn't a bodybuilder, but he used to throw not with good form, but he'd throw some crazy. I think didn't he bench almost 1,000 or maybe 1,000? No suit, no nothing, just raw.
Really? No, because if that's the case, because the world record is not even 800.
Well, fucking Google Jimmy the Bull and his best things. I'm pretty sure it was up there though. It was like 800.
The guy who has got the raw bench is I had him on too. I think he benched 783.
But imagine doing that though. Just the weight when it comes off would be like just your pec blowing out at that weight. Oh my god!
But the guy is so massive. What the hell's his name? Oh god, I had him on like.
He starts with M or something. His last name.
He's a huge black person.
He's got that real big barrel.
Yeah,
chest.
Yeah, exactly. Let me see.
The Richards was strong. Dorian was strong.
Dorian was pretty strong.
Or was he just more intensity rather than strength, really? Even though he went heavy, he had like the intensity to go.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay, here, raw bench record. Okay, 782. Julius Maddox. That's who it is.
That's him. Yeah.
Julius Maddox. He's a very large black man. That's. Oh shit.
You'll have to get Jimmy on one time, Jimmy the Bull. He's from your neck of the woods back there, and get him on.
Yeah, I would love to have Jimmy the Bull on, man. But you think Dave would be upset because I had Jimmy the Bull on?
Dave for ages. He hasn't got time because normally when Dave's on, he's out driving trucks across the George Washington Bridge or the Brooklyn Bridge, or fucking going to somewhere. So
yeah, he's a truck driver, right? Yeah.
He sent me a video. He's in downtown Bronx at 2:30 a.m. in the morning buying a slice of pizza on the street. I'm like, you're going to get fucking mugged.
Yeah. Lee, what happened to the podcast with Jimmy the Bull? And he said he misses the show. I don't know.
Yeah, he missed that. The Confessions, that was a good one. I don't think we ever helped anyone, but we probably helped a lot of people end themselves on that show because people would write in and go, this is my confession. I did this and did that. Then Jim and I, of course, were dressed as priests and that because we're taking confessions.
I remember that.
Yeah, I was like, I actually, Jimmy, I'm getting the feeling. That's right. It's because he was kept under the stairs and sexually assaulted by his mother. And then his father would come in and ass rape him. Like, we'd just go into making up this whole story about why they did what they did and they had to confess. So by the end of it, they're probably thinking, fucking hell, all they said was I cheated on my wife. Now I've been abused by my parents. Like,
Jesus Christ.
We helped a lot of people out, I think, with that show.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why Dave stopped it because people loved it. The people loved the show.
Yeah. The people, I help out a lot of people on this show. A lot of people like this show. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's soothing, isn't it? It's like... It's good. Look, we talk a bit about it. We cover all topics here. It's not just if I see one more fucking show, because we're not going to do it again, are we? If I see one more show with fucking predictions for Pittsburgh and talking about Pittsburgh and can Nick beat Derek and can Derek beat fucking this and can Nick beat Crizzo and can Vito beat, I'm like, oh,
I kind of have to do that.
Wait to the show. Wait to the fucking contest.
I kind of have to do that. Though.
I know, but like you can do it now and then, but everyone's doing it like nearly every fucking day. Like every time someone puts up an updated photo.
Like this weekend is Pittsburgh, and of course, what are we going to talk about on Wednesday? Even though we've been talking about Pittsburgh, forever.
People shitting their pants, probably.
Yeah. Did you ever, when you were growing up, did you ever have something in the house that you would like?
Yeah, a couch, a fridge,
something in the house that you would like try to fuck. Do you know what I mean?
Now, when I used to go to school, we had that big like climbing fucking pole. You'd have to get to the top, and I worked there, climbing up that where it looks like you're climbing as you rub against it. By the time you get to the top, you have to hang on because you're like, ooh, I'm gonna come.
Yeah, things like that.
So I probably looked like a dog. I looked like a dog probably trying to root a rock or a tree or something up there.
Yeah. You never had anything in the house like maybe a stuffed animal that you cut a hole out of? Or anything?
Once I tried to put the vacuum on, I went, oh! Almost got fucking cock sucked into the vacuum.
Did you really?
Inside out, yeah.
I had a bowling ball, but it had no holes drilled in it. So
how do you fuck a bowling ball with no holes?
Well, I'm gonna explain. So I put the bowling ball on my bed. I think it was my brother's bowling ball that he never got the holes drilled. Because so I put the bowling ball on my bed, and I would take my dick, and I would put it, I'd just flop it over the bowling ball,
yeah.
And then I would just hump the bowling ball. But the thing is, though, did you put
your hand on top to make like a pocket, or
no? But the thing is, the bowling ball's in the middle of the bed, so I look like a hunchback,
like you're on a foam roller.
Exactly. Yeah. So I would hump this bowling ball.
I think when I used to put my hand under me when I was laying on my stomach on the bed, and put your cock in the palm of your hand and just rub back and forth. And then you'd come on the palm of your hand and go, oh shit. My mother
had chicken cutlets, But...
I know. I thought you were going to say your mother come and lent you a hand. With you, I don't know anymore. You're like, Johnny, is that you up there? Hold on, let Mum come help you.
No, it wasn't.
I'm doing this, Johnny. Last time I'm doing this.
She was much more aggressive than that. She would just bang. Oh, there was this one time I had to be in high school, and I was ripping it, and my mother just walked in, and I was like, Jesus. Yeah. And what's funny is that she had 2 sons before me. You would think that she would know about it.
She probably walked in and saw you doing that and go, what's wrong, Johnny? Don't you love me anymore? Good job.
So I used to hump the bowling ball. I used to take the end of a toilet. Do you know the cardboard toilet paper holder?
Oh, yeah.
I used to take that, and I used to put Vaseline or lotion in there, and I used to try to jerk that. That didn't work out. I tried that several times.
Some places where you just feel like having a wank, like you could be driving, you feel like, gee, I feel like having a wank now, or places like that, and you're just like, can I go in a public bathroom somewhere and do it, but do it quietly so no one hears you breathing or slapping?
Yeah. Well, I've had when I was single, there was this one time where I was talking to this girl, and I'll never forget it. She lived in Long Island. And I was in Staten Island at the time, and I was driving home from work, and she was like, texting me. Was it? It was texting like during the flip phone time. Remember?
Yeah.
We had to hit the fucking button 12,000 times.
Yeah.
So I just called her and put her on speaker. And I remember I had one of those Nextel jobs. You remember those chirpy Nextel things? And
you had to pull up on it, pull up the air.
Yeah. And right, yeah. And I don't remember what she was doing, but she was talking dirty to me. And I just pulled over, and while she was talking dirty to me, I pulled over. I was working in New Jersey at the time, driving back to Staten Island. I was on the Garden State Parkway. I just pulled over on the shoulder, and I just jerked off. And I had like Wendy's brown napkins in the car, and I just jacked off in there. And then I opened the window, threw it out, and I hung up on her.
I was going to say, it's funny. Have you ever had, like, say, like you're talking to a girl back in the day when you're dating someone, you're like, yeah, I'll come over tonight, and you're getting all excited, we're going to do this, we're going to get dirty, but you can't wait. So you're like, yeah, I'll be over at 7, but before you go, you're like, oh, fuck, I can't wait, I've got to have a wank now. So you have a wank, then you call them up and go, yeah, I'm not going to be able to make it tonight. It's like that whole enthusiasm and all just goes out the window once you have a wank.
It's especially when the girl is like not really like, when I was single, you gotta
you're not doing her a favor,
right? You're not gonna understand this, Lee, because you've been famous since you were a kid. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
But let me explain what normal guys go through. Okay. Normal guys that are not famous have preferences, right? Like I'm a boob guy, right? But we don't have the ability to be that selective. So it's basically whatever whatever falls in our lap, whatever we could, you know. So there were times where there was a girl and she wanted to like hang out or whatever, and I knew I was going to get laid, but she was just fucking ugly or she was fat, and yeah, and I was just like, and so then,
trying to look for something good about her. The mouth's okay.
Yeah, and so I'd be like, yeah, you know, I'm definitely gonna bang her, and then I'd jerk over, and then I'm like, oh fuck, I don't want to fucking go over there, and, you know. So you know, and so, and then so I banged plenty of girls, but like no titties, little titties, like with no, you know, it's kind of like, how can I? Do you know
when you're over there and they're sort of not that good looking, and you're gonna fuck them, and as you're in their house on the couch and they're doing stuff, you're almost sitting there just rubbing yourself to try to get hard because it's not getting hard. So you're looking at it going, come on, if I'm going to fuck you, I got to get hard.
Yeah. It's just, or, so I always equated it to like when a lion has to like, is looking at a herd of elk, and the lion goes after the one that's limping in the back because it broke his leg. You know, that's how most guys try to get laid. They go for the one that they know they can get. Okay. They deny it. They lie. They go, oh yeah, I had so much fucking pussy when I was young, man. I got laid all the time. And they're so full of shit, you know.
Well, face it, we don't really have any choice. It's really the women's choice, because like you said, men will pretty much fuck anything, but women won't fuck anything. They're the selective ones. So we can't fuck them if they don't want to, unless you get that Bill Cosby drink into them, then you can go to town. So
yeah, well, yeah. This is how men operate. When the difference between men and women operating during sex: men operate from the pussy up, and women operate from the head down. So what I mean by that is, we look at a girl and immediately know we would fuck her or not, right? And then we worry about getting to know her like whenever that fucking happens. Okay, where women, they look at you and then they want to get to know you first, and that then make the decision that they are going to have sex with you. So that's why we have to be charming and smart and listen and
lie. Interested. Oh yeah, that's nice. How many sisters you got? How many brothers? Oh yeah.
Right, yeah.
Mind you think I don't give a fuck at
all. I don't give a shit.
I got to go through just to get in your fucking pants.
Yeah. No, that's another.
They have all the power, because it's like, say you're with a girl and you got a good job, and you're like, you know, you got a good job, you got a home, whatever. She gets pregnant and you're like, okay, I'm ready to be a dad. I'm at that age, I want to be a dad. She's pregnant. She goes, I don't want to have it. I'm getting rid of it. What recourse do we have? Nothing. But then say you're not ready. You both aren't financially stable. You're not mentally stable. She gets pregnant and you go, look, I'm not ready to be a father. Financially, we can't do it. Too bad, I'm having it. Then you break up. You're paying for this kid that you didn't want in the first place.
Yeah, you're screwed. You're totally screwed. Simon asked, would you sleep with girls who you work with or around? Okay, so that's a two-part question, Simon. Number one, if I was single, yes. Number two, there are no girls in the sewer. So I can't, you know.
What goes on in the sewer stays in the sewer, John.
Yeah, there are no girls in the sewer, dude.
It's like prison. It can be a lonely place down there.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone, turn the lights off, your helmets, in the torches, in the tunnels too.
Yeah, see the shit I was in today, man. It was fucking disgusting.
Literal shit, literally shit.
Yeah, well, it wasn't shit. It was like, you know, shit isn't the only thing that goes through the sewer. So you have a lot of rags and tampons, anything people flush.
Like all the shit that goes down the gutters, does it go through there as well, or does that go somewhere else?
Say that again.
Like you know, on the streets, all the stuff that goes into the gutters and down the drain.
It goes down the sewer. Yeah, and then what happens is that stuff gets sorted out by machines and equipment, but sometimes the equipment, it's too much, it gets backed up, something happens, so we have to go in there and unclog it, and the shit that we have to pull out, and most of the time it's
no bad.
Oh, it's fucking awful. Yeah, I'm used to it, but it's fucking awful. Stay at the bar.
Dead body, when they say you smell a dead body, you never forget it. Is it like that?
Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, it's you know, one time my wife had to drive me to work because my car was in the being serviced, and she drove me down, you know, because you go into the plant and you have to go underground, and we're parking, and she goes on the ground. She's like, oh my God, what's that smell? And I said, what part of working in the sewer didn't you understand?
I didn't think it would stink.
Yeah. So what the hell else was I going to say? I was actually going to say something else. I don't remember. But yeah. So as far as the girls go, yes. I never had the ability to be that selective. Where
nor did I. You'd be surprised when you get muscles and that girls don't really like you.
It's not
unless you get someone in the gym scene, but a normal girl look at you like, ugh.
No, it's not. It's not about with you. It's not about the muscles. It's about the clout. Nothing turns on a girl more than clout, fame, clout, status.
Like I said, when I was bulked up, they wouldn't talk to me at the gym. As soon as I started getting in shape, are you doing any magazine photo shoots, Lee? Can I maybe get in a couple? Maybe get on a magazine cover with you? Tell the photographer I'm ready to shoot. I'm like, fuck off, whore.
Yeah, right. So like if you were doing the Olympia, I'm sure the Olympia weekend, you had girls that were, wanted to be around you, take pictures with you, get to know you.
And all the times I did contests, away appearances, I never hooked up and had a one night stand with anyone. I think because I was just there and having fun meeting people, I didn't really. My wife says, you must have just not picked up on their whatever they're putting out. Because I was like, hi, nice to meet you, bye. And then they walk away. I'm like, well, she's sort of hitting on me. I think to myself, I'm not sure, because I wouldn't want to say anything back in case they're like, what? What's?
Yeah.
I just let it go.
No, once you have clout, oh shit, here's Xavier. We have to ask him about jerking off at home.
Still, I'd have like a girl. I'd say like, okay, what do you want me to write on the photo? And they'd say, put your room number on there, and I'd just laugh. But I was thinking, wonder if she was serious. Did she want my room number on the photo? Oh, well, Xavier's drinking tea, I bet, aren't you?
What are you drinking,
No,
Xavier?
it's coffee. It's drip coffee.
Xavier.
Drip coffee.
Drip coffee. Yeah, you're a drip.
Where's the box? I'm a drip. Here it is.
I drink drip coffee.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Fancy. It's a present. But it's good, though.
Excuse the fuck out of me.
Ethiopian.
I bet because his Nepalese girlfriend drinks it.
No, she bought it for me as a present. Very, yeah.
All right, Xavier, I got a question for you. I already asked Lee this question, but forget you have a girlfriend for this question, okay? And she'll fully understand if she watches this.
I'm sure.
Tell me who your fantasy girl is, your dream girl, your celebrity crush, a girl that your entire life you always wanted to bang.
Probably Gal Gadot. Wonder Woman.
Oh, that's a good one.
Wonder Woman, Superwoman. We Wonder Woman.
Yeah. This has been around long. What about when you're younger, for God's sake?
Oh, well,
Jennifer Aniston.
Jennifer Aniston, Gal Gadot. Okay, those okay. If one of those girls, let's say Gal Gadot went to you and said, "Listen, we will spend the weekend together. Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. We could do whatever you want. We can go out. We could stay in. We'll do whatever you want. We could make love, whatever you want." But the thing is, I have to, before we get started, you have to lay on the ground, and I have to shit on you. I got to shit on your chest and your face. And then
I knew he was going to say shit on my chest. I don't know. I was going to literally say, you're going to ask me to shit to my chest.
And then we could do whatever you want after that.
Nah. He's from Tasmania.
Really? Just how much do you think Gal Gadot possibly? She's probably like M&M's coming out. I mean, you know what I mean? I don't, unless she had a stomach flu that weekend or something, maybe.
Stomach flu. She had a stomach flu, definitely not. I feel like you'd do it more if it's someone, I don't know, like if it's someone iconic or something, like really iconic.
Jennifer Aniston,
fucking Queen.
Jennifer Aniston may be more likely because she's like, I don't know, like she's more famous, I guess. I don't know.
Mine was Christina Hendricks.
Who's that? Oh, is that the one with the red hair?
Yes.
No.
I remember you showed me her. Yeah, I was.
I would let her shit on me, pee on me, puke on me, and I would just go and take a nice shower, and then I would just
go to work.
Just have a grand old time after that. Get over here.
Once you fucked her all weekend, before you leave, you put her on the bed and shit on her payback bit.
Yeah. It's funny. Nobody mentioned Amber Heard. Like usually you would think, Amber Heard.
She shits on pillows.
Do you know what kind of psycho she's got to be? She's got to be. Well, okay. We were supposed to be talking about strong bodybuilders. How did we get on?
But you know who else sounds like a psycho? Is that one now who's married Blake Lively with all that shit she's going through with that movie guy, and she sounds like a nutter.
Yeah. He's talking about Blake Lively and what's his name? Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, his wife. You haven't heard all that drama over that movie, The Last of Us? Oh, It Ends With Us. It ends with us that she wanted to take the movie rights that he. Then she's accusing him of sexual assault and this and that, and all of it's fake because he's got the text messages and shit, but she's going on. And now even Taylor Swift and somebody else joined in to defend her. Now they're getting out because they're getting subpoenaed. And Blake Lively's like, you don't understand. I've got dragons. And I'm like...
yeah, her texts were weird. Her texts were weird. And I think she had something going on with that actor. Something happened and then... Ryan Reynolds caught wind of it, and then
it always seems to be the chicks that go batshit crazy. Oh, always like you never heard of Marlon Brando taking his shit in his girlfriend's bed because they had a fight. That never, you know what I mean? Like
even as crazy as Charlie Sheen was, I don't think he did anything like that, did he? And he was drugged out and everything.
He was out of his fucking mind. He probably shit on the hookers he hired. You know what I mean? But like Vince McMahon and stuff, like men are more into like fetish stuff, where women are more about like getting even. Like
sometimes I wonder if women they're like, well, I'm not going to try to punch this guy, so I'm going to take a shit in his pillow. Like they just have no recourse, you know?
Yeah, and then deny it. That's died into it. It was me.
Grass or something. Or used it in the toilet bowl.
Oh, okay.
I know someone who's done that to a guy.
Let's try to stay on the topic.
Okay.
All right. So Xavier, who is the strongest bodybuilder you ever encountered? Not somebody that you've seen. So in actuality that you've seen at the gym or whatever.
Oh shit! Like, are we talking pro bodybuilder?
Yeah.
Fuck it. You trained with me when you come to town.
We trained the lightest. That's the lightest I've ever seen a pro bodybuilder train.
Lee trains Lee trains
all about technique and the form.
Yeah. Lee
the
trains
strongest. I haven't seen that many strong pro bodybuilders in the gym. Like Brett Wilkin when he came to Australia. I was up on the Gold Coast and I saw him. He trains hard. Like he did some random stuff. Like he did the adductor machine and was stacking plates on it. And I was like, shit, that's actually pretty.
That's manly.
Yeah, but his legs are very, very thick. But they did some. It was him and I'm trying to think who else. But yeah, I've never any workout where I've been around a pro bodybuilder. Mostly it's been like training arms or training something like that where it hasn't. Yeah. Brett trained legs, so he went pretty hard. But in person, not so much. But the strongest person I've seen the strongest people I've seen train in person was Wayne and Sean Howlett. They trained. I remember I went into their gym once. They're two powerlifters, and Wayne went to do a bodybuilding comp once. I think he dieted for about 3 days and was like, got to order a pizza. So he's like, fuck that. But he, I remember I went into the gym one day, and his eyes were all like blood. Like, it looked like there's blood all in them. And I'm like, oh shit! I think I just said, did you get in a fight? And he goes, nah, I trained legs last night. And he burst like 3 blood vessels in his eyes. Yeah, and they used to scream at each other in the gym. I remember him and Sean were doing legs one time, and I walked out of the gym while they were still training, and you see, fucking come on! They're like slapping each other. Like, it was hardcore. I love that shit. That was actually the same extreme physique that you came down to, Lee. That all blue gym. I don't know if you remember it.
I remember how this. I was at a powerlifting event. You ever remember a guy called Dino Tocci in Australia? He used to do strongman events, and Clyde Halani. Clyde Halani was like
I heard Dean.
Well, Clyde would take on anyone. He's a bouncer, and one time he took on 5 guys, built them all up, and he had to go to court. And the judge was like, "Were you scared?" Because they got him down to his knee because they hit him over the head with a garden rock. And he just shook it off and got up and built the fuck out of him. And one time he come to visit me, his arm was all cut up. I'm like, what happened? And he's like, these young kids were beeping at me behind me on the road because he sits down really low in his car. And there's this massive, like, Tongan or whatever. And he goes, when I got out to approach them, they locked the door and laughed at me. So I smashed their windows, dragged them out the car and kicked them in there. But his mate, Dino Tocci, we're at this powerlifting event, right? He got this.
Give me a second, fellas. I got to take a leak. Continue.
Go for it.
Okay. Well, they're at this powerlifting event, and he's got the belt on, right? He tells his young kid, come on, help me, belt me. So this skinny young kid fucking goes crack across Dino's face, and Dino goes, whack, and fucking punch the kid. I meant my fucking belt, you idiot.
Oh, man. There was, I remember I think I read it in a bodybuilding magazine, or maybe my dad told me, I can't remember, but Sonny Smith, apparently back in the day, something happened in a gym, someone pissed him off or something, apparently picked up like a 10-kilo plate and just launches it across the gym as hard as he can. I'm like, shit. I'm like, that is, because Sonny Smith was like, just built. Yeah, like a frisbee. I don't know. I think I might have read it in like a,
that'd be my very dad, funny, because Sonny was always pretty laid back and laughing and just pretty chilled.
That's what I heard. But I heard it was just like, if you just went too far, it's like he'd be like, nah. So I don't know if that's true or not. I never met him
anymore, bro.
Yeah, he seemed pretty chilled, like pretty much all the time. And I know like Tony obviously got on, everybody's like best mates pretty much. But yeah, I've heard some stories about, like, my dad said there was a Tongan guy and he came into the gym down in Tasmania once and never trained a day in his life, but he just said he's just built, and they just put 3 plates aside and he just goes like that, just pulls out a few reps. I'm like, 3 plates?
When I was like 18, 19, I trained with a guy. He was like Tongan or Samoan. Would start chest. He'd put 3 plates. He'd put 3 plates on and just start warming up. Then he's like, "You'll go, Lee." I'm like, "Okay, we'll go back to fucking 1 plate."
Yeah, put one.
Hey, and John, this guy, a friend of mine, he was into powerlifting and strongman. He was at a powerlifting event and he got this young kid to help him, and he's got his belt here and he's telling the young kid, "Come on, belt me." And I'm sitting there, the young kid out of the blue just takes his hand and goes whack across Dino's face.
Really?
All of a sudden, Dino just goes kaboom, knocks the cunt out. He goes, "I meant my fucking belt, you idiot."
Yeah. I think it was Sean or Wayne. I think it was Wayne. He said, asked me to hit him on the back once, and Wayne's a big dude, and I'm like, I had no idea the level of hardness to do. I don't think I hit him hard enough. He's like, harder. And I just slapped him on the back before he did some like lift.
The only time I ever slapped anybody in the gym was because he annoyed me. I legitimately slapped him in the face. But it wasn't one time. It was like several times over a course of a couple of months. And it was the first time he like tries to like, and he would try to like do like one of these, like come at you like he's gonna do something, and I'm like, so the first time I was like, what are you doing? Like what are you doing? And then he would do it again, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I just kind of walked away, because before that I would say hello, goodbye, and then the second time he kind of did it again, but this time like he pretended to bump into me. But like he bumped into me hard, right? And then I and you know, again, this is like kid probably in his like late 20s, and he did it. I looked at him. I said, "What are you doing, dude? Like, you know, I'm just fucking with you." And then the third time, he actually grabbed me. He grabbed my chest, and I just saw red, and I just saw red, and I just fucking, wow! I just cracked the kid, and he's holding his face, going, "What's that for?" And I was just like, "Stop fucking with me!" And I'm like, and then I walked out of the gym because I could not, I couldn't concentrate or think anything anymore after that, and I was just like, Jesus Christ.
Well, that same powerlifting I was at, where the guy got belted, Clyde was at that one too, and one of the other guys competing, his wife was a judge, so Clyde put 8 plates on. Put his belt on. He goes to do a squat, goes down, red light, 2 white ones. He's like, "What?" The next lift, he goes a little bit heavier, does it? They give him the very last lift, they bum him out again. And he went down good, but this woman judge just kept doing it because her husband was in the show. And after that, he puts it back. He's like, "What is this bullshit?" He takes his lifting suit off, throws his belt, and he's on stage and he's got the bar and he's rocking like this. And the judges are like, Clyde, calm down. He's rocking. And crowd's like, Clyde. He hops under. He pumps out fucking 6 reps and he throws it back and goes, "Is that fucking good enough?" And he walked off.
Maybe I got something to show you.
I saw a puppet. Do you have a puppet there you came back with?
Look at this.
Oh, the shirt. It looked like a puppet for some reason.
Oh, nice.
Exactly. Like, I don't know.
I like the colors.
Got his name on the back too, douche.
Name's on the back.
douche. They spelled
Right?
douche.
Yeah, shithead.
That's sick.
Yeah. So that, just so you know, is made to order, custom, because you could put you in. So if you wanted one, Xavier, you would have Wills on the back. You could pick your colors. You could pick if you want a basketball jersey, a football jersey, or even a baseball jersey. You could pick the number. You could put your number on there. And then
I'll go the basketball for sure.
Sleeves. Football jerseys have sleeves, don't they?
Yes, they do.
The baseball ones, they call them cleats, right?
And there's more. What do we got here?
Yeah. This is a dry fit hooded sleeveless shirt.
Okay. I like that. Yeah.
I like it if it had sleeves. I don't like showing my arms. I guess I could wear that over a t-shirt.
Isn't that ironic? People with better arms tend to not like showing their arms.
Yeah, I've seen.
It's like best arms in the world.
If anybody if anybody out there wants the jersey, unfortunately, since it's made to order, it is $100 because it's custom, and it is an actual, basketball jersey. And if you like the dry fit hooded sleeveless, that is $50, unfortunately. Oh. And everybody knows that if somebody just wants a t-shirt, I will send you a regular t-shirt. Because those are
with the Australian dollar, it sucks buying stuff from America at the moment. We're like,
really?
Yeah, it's because we used to be like, Lee, it was like 8-9 years ago. We were above the US dollar in terms of what we were worth, and now we're 60 cents. So it's almost double.
Which is good. Which is good. If I get paid from America or England, the money almost doubles here. So if I was getting paid $5,000 a month, when I get it here, it's like 8,000 and something. So it's not bad.
Yeah, it's like 9,000 now. Like it's like I think it's like 9,000.
Money.
Yeah, we're equal. We were
4 cents or something a few weeks ago.
We're equal with the euro now. The American dollar is equivalent to the euro now, and the euro was always a little bit more. So it was always a dollar, American dollar, $60, $50 for the toward the American euro, but now it's even. And from what I understand, it's not going to get any better because they're going very green, and it's very expensive, and so. It is what it is, but
our dollar picked up a little bit, 65 cents now.
Your story reminded me of when I used to train at Gold's. Used to be this guy there. He'd always wear thongs, long hair, real string tank. He was there every day. He had the big baggy. You remember the crazy wear pants, like the American flag bodybuilding pants we all used to wear. And every time I mate train, he'll just stare at us like this. And my mate Kurt's always like, this went on the same thing for months. Why is he fucking looking at us? Why is he looking at us? I'm going to say, Kurt, just let it go, let it go. I remember in the back room at Gold's, I was doing a redelt, and Kurt was behind me. I said, okay, give me a spot. I'm like, spot. I'm like, I'm gone. And I look, because I'm facing America, see in the mirror, he goes over to this guy, fucking knocks him out. He lands on the floor. He drags him by the leg out the emergency exit and drags him out. I couldn't fucking take it anymore.
Well, I honestly think that's why. I honestly think that's why these kids get away with saying whatever they want to say, or so, because there's no repercussions anymore. You know,
there is none.
You know, it took me three times, and I regretted it when I did it, and I left the gym, and I was lucky that he didn't fucking report it or say anything. You know,
he did grab your chest first, so really.
Yeah, but it was just you know. He was just a dick, you know.
There's always a few people in the gym, like there can be those like aggressive dicks, like how you had, of like people going like that at you sort of thing, and like trying to intimidate you or something.
Yeah,
I remember I had one guy, because I was working in a gym. This is over in Western Australia, and you never get in a fight with him or anything like that, because it's just like it would be weird. But he was one of the trainers, and he came in, and it's like he thought he was better than everyone. But he was fat, out of shape, American guy, and he used to like walk past me. I'd have a
fat, out of shape American guy. You just fucking pretty much described everybody in America.
And just like, when someone you like as a trainer, you think you'd want to train if it looks good, but there's a certain demographic that I think they like to look at someone who doesn't look that great to be like, oh, I can achieve losing 10 kilograms or something, or 20 pounds or whatever. But he used to, I remember I had clients, and I was like, clients walking behind me, were walking into the other room of a gym, and he walked past me, and he like pat me on the chest and go, hey, muscles. And I'm like, that is the most condescending. I'm like, hey. And I'm just like, fuck. I'm just like, what can I say to break him down? He'd be like, Sorry.
How long did you work at the gym for?
How long did he work there?
No, you.
I worked at a gym for a few years as a trainer, but he got kicked out though.
All those years you never thought about training yourself?
That was actually when I was actually looked half decent.
It's like that bully mentality that they can't get out of them.
So condescending. Like
You know what I
condescending
mean?
people, they piss me off more.
It's like how can I say it? It's like, I'm going to make this guy look like a fool, even though he's bigger than me or tougher than me or stronger than me. I'm going to do what I can to make him look like a fool. So I'm going to make him flinch and, do this shit. Like, and it's
Compliment.
fucking
they give you a compliment, but it's like backhanded. It's like,
backhanded. Yeah.
Hey, big guy. It's like, oh, fuck off.
I had someone abusing me today to put up that shirt. This one, he won of Seth's shirts. And his comments was,
cool.
Look at Lee trying so hard to be accepted by Americans and all this shit. I'm like, what? And then he gets into this argument with me. He goes, oh, you're just upset. You never won an Olympia like Dorian or Ronnie. You're not even in their caliber. And I said, mate, I said, I just checked. You follow me. I don't follow you. So you obviously know who I am. I said, no one knows who the fuck you are. And he just keeps going back and forth. Oh, you're getting upset now, are you? Because you never won it and this and that. I'm like, who the I said, my mind's getting old. I said, so remind me, when did you get your pro card and what Olympias were you in? I can't quite remember.
That's what they want. And they want a reaction. I get shitty comments on my YouTube, on my Instagram all the time. And I just ignore it because they want that reaction. The worst thing you could do to somebody that either bullshits, lies, passive aggressively insults you is feed into it. Because that's what they're looking for.
I get bored sometimes, and I just like
I gotta entertain myself.
But then they're the type of pricks. So when I do reply to them, they go fucking report me.
Like, yeah, because that's
Look what Lee said to me. You said
they're like the male version of Karens,
Yeah. Oh, it's terrible.
girls.
It's so funny.
Girls are the worst.
I started replying to people. Sorry.
Okay. No. It's all right. When girls do it, or do that in public, or do passive aggressive insults to you, it's like it's to me it's worse because you can't how can I say this? When two guys are standing to each other and there's an argument, there's a tense situation, those guys know instinctually that if somebody crosses the line, this is going to get physical, right? With women, that doesn't exist. Because I've never laid a hand on a woman in my life, and it's like there have been times where I've been insulted, whether it be directly or passively aggressive, or even a girl tried to kick me or hit me or whatever the case may be, and I just have to walk away. And it's worse because it's so infuriating that they don't understand that concept, that even though I'm not going to do it, sooner or later somebody will, and not gonna care about it.
It happened with my ex.
Yeah, there's one video like that where there was a whole thing on YouTube about it, where it's like a double standard or something. Where I remember this guy comes out of the bar of his girlfriend, and she's at him, whack, hits him, and he's like, just go away, and his mates are like, leave him alone, go away. She walks away, comes back, whack, 5 times she slugs him in the face. The 6th time he just goes whack and knocks her out. You should never hit a woman. It's like, walk the fuck away. The guy's trying to do the right thing, get away. Or they say, just leave me alone. And they keep like, would you keep poking a fucking bear? The bear's going to attack you if you keep.
It's unbelievable that they will. I mean, I've seen it with my own eyes when I used to go out to the nightclubs and stuff like that when I was young, and then I've seen it on social media where they really just they'll put their hands on you, and
all the women go, oh, you go girl. As soon as you do it, oh, you should never. It's like, hey,
the worst are the white knights. I refer to them as white knights, when the guys try to save the girl and jump in. There was one where there was this girl getting into an argument with this black kid, and I don't know what happened, but the black kid just smacked her, bow, and this white kid jumped and tried to fight him, and then him and 2 of his friends kicked the shit out of him. It's like, well, what?
Never get involved in domestics. When I used to go
why would you?
Domestics were the worst. When I used to go with the police on ride-alongs, we went to this one place. I swear to God, the kids are crying, He's standing out the front. He's like, all disheveled. She's there like a fucking busted eye, her lips split. Like he's been using it for a punching bag. So my mate, who's the cop, arrests him. As soon as he puts the cuffs on him, next thing now she's on my mate's back trying to fucking hit him. The cop, I'm like, he just built the fuck out of you, and now you're trying to defend. I was like, what the fuck?
Could you imagine though, like what would happen to that woman versus what would happen to a guy if they did that to a woman who was getting arrested? Imagine if a guy just came across throwing hammer fists at the girl, like you'd be in jail.
It's unbelievable because and that's why you never get involved, because that majority of the time when it's a man and a woman that are fighting each other, they're just a toxic couple, and they kick the shit out of each other all the time. Like
how many times you even have friends who are in a relationship and something bad goes on, and your mate will come tell you, yeah, she done this to me, and you're like, oh yeah, she's no good for you, this and that. Then they get back together, and you're no longer allowed to be his friend because you said she's no good for you. It's like, don't be your fucking problems. Don't come to me with your fucking problems.
Mouth shut.
I was talking about this the other day. I was saying, because it's a situation where I'm like, you don't want to say too much when someone's like, oh, this person's a fucking asshole, this person's this person's that, blah, blah, blah. And they've broken up with them for the day or 2 days or whatever. And when you agree, like I've done it before where I agree, I'm like, yeah, fuck them, they're this, they're that. She's a whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then they're back together and you're like hanging out with him again. You're like, he knows what you've said about his missus. And it's just like, hey! Yeah, that's what I worry about. Even Xavier said you're this.
Worse is when the girls do it. It's like, a girl will tell your wife or your girlfriend or whatever that you were talking to another girl, even if it's innocent, even if you were just talking to her like wherever. And then it's like, do you think that we're going to break up? Do you think? Because now you're just putting yourself in a situation where you're uncomfortable. It's happened to me and my wife. Like, and it's like,
yeah, I get that a lot too. If I was at a gym or somewhere, oh, my friend told me you were talking to this girl and blah 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 and this and that. Took a photo. I said, yeah. Did she also tell you her boyfriend, husband was there, the one taking the fucking photo and shit like that? They leave all that shit out. It's like, who is that girl you're with? I don't know. She was a fan. Her boyfriend took the photo. Or who's that? I'm taking a photo of her because her husband couldn't make it and he's a big fan of mine, so I signed a photo to him and then she got a picture with me. I don't know who the fuck they are.
Yeah,
right. Lee, right. How many times did you get in trouble for like? Because I always think about this with pro bodybuilders, and I know of one pro bodybuilder that got in trouble for having a photo of some girl. Like, because some girls will be wearing fuck all at an expo, they'll put their leg up and like, oh, can you hold my leg for this photo? And if you're just like no, then it's like, oh, well, he was an asshole. So you're in a no-win situation if you've got a girlfriend a lot of the time. Have you ever got in trouble with that?
Put a hand on your chest and smile. They'd be like, why is she touching you like that? Then the girlfriend's like, I would never let a guy touch me like that in the photo. So why would you do it? Oh, fuck, here we go.
I saw, what's her name? Is it Matos? Franciel, is it Franciel Matos? The one who's like won the Wellness Olympia? I saw her getting some stuff signed by Samson. I'm like, is she going to get a photo? Because I didn't know it was her initially. And I was like, oh, Brazilian girl, big ass and stuff like that. Like shortish, sort of one of those short skirts sort of things. And I was like, if a girl like that goes and gets a photo, with Samson or whatever, or whoever, a lot of guys will get in trouble for that for no reason. I think
there's a girl with the Gym Reapers when I was there, and she's got a Brazilian girl. What's her name with the tattoos? I think you showed a photo.
Yeah, I've seen her. Yeah.
Yeah, well, she's been there, and then they'll be at a booth, so they take a group photo, and then she's taken over a photo. So I take a photo, you smile, and that. My wife doesn't even ask me. She just comes when I get home. She'll be like, oh, yeah, I saw photos. You look like you're having a good time. It's just the way she says.
Here's the thing, though.
That's funny.
If you're married to a public figure, you're going to have to realize that this is going to happen. If you don't want to be married to Lee Priest and deal with it, then marry the plumber that liked you. What do you expect?
She'd accuse me all the time. Who's this girl? I'm like, what girl? Some girl liked your photo and she put love heart. I'm like, let me have a look. So I go on, click on the profile. She's from Germany. How the fuck would I know who she is? The way she put the you must know her. It's like that's just people put different shit. I said
you just want to avoid girls like that at all costs.
I myself when I haven't fucking done anything. Look, if I cheat or something, okay, you got me. But when I haven't done anything, I love you and shit. Why? This is fucking ridiculous. But they don't tell you about when they're at work or something, and the amount of guys that talk to them and flirt with them. Oh no.
Yeah. Their work husband. That's what they call it. Their work husband.
They know I'm married. They know I'm married to you. I think, oh yeah, that'd stop them trying, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And their cat, hey, I got Lee's missus and fucked her.
Yeah. It's just, you got to stay away from girls like that at all costs, because they will literally drive you to drink, and it's just.
Oh yeah, you come home and I'm wondering, okay, what am I going to get hit with today? Who's commented on a photo today? Because I'm going to get in trouble for.
Yeah, so exactly. Xavier, what kind of noises do you make in the gym when you're working out?
I make no noises now.
You make no noise, nothing.
Oh, maybe like on the last rep, like a. That's about it though. Like there's not much now. I'm not lifting that heavy right now. I've got a
noise like that. I've
got a shocking hernia, so I can't go too hard.
I get the 45-pound plate. As I pick it up, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even think I'm meant to have sex right now, because it's I've got a hernia that's like right near my dick pretty much, and I think I tore another bit the other day when I was fucking. So I'm like, no. it's bad. It's like now it's in the groin as well. No, it's not, because it's popping through one area, but I feel my digestion. You know when you feel that gurgling in your stomach? Because it's the intestine coming out, I can feel it like on the skin level when it pops out. So yeah.
How'd you get that? What were you doing to get that?
I don't know, but I've made it worse somehow. It's not great. So yeah, I've got to get
boyfriend.
Yeah, something like
that. When Xavier masturbates, he's rough.
I'll go hard. I just stay in one place.
Yeah, blisters and shit on his dick. It's fucking insane, bro. It's ridiculous. See, man, I'm so old now. When I literally start jerking off and I just quit in the middle of it. I go,
I've quit before. Yeah, I've quit before. I'm just like, I don't have it in me now.
I can't be bothered. And then you think, I don't start thinking, what's wrong with me? It's like you start getting a little bit hard, then you go, you know what? This is too much effort. Fuck it.
Yeah. Think about the difference between jerking off when you were 19 and jerking off now. It's night and day. It's like it's insane.
You couldn't wait. You couldn't wait to get home. I'd get the catalogs where it just had like swimsuit girls in the Kmart catalog, and I'm looking at it in the swim. Yeah. Like, oh.
You guys remember the MTV show The Grind?
Yeah.
No.
All right. The Grind was this. MTV would have like a show where they would set up at a spring break, whatever the spring break would be. Panama.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, and then it would just be dancing, but they'd be dancing in bikinis and whatever, and then I would literally jack off to The Grind, because it would always be some girl with big titties in the bikini, and I remember I was a freshman in college. I went to a fucking what do you call it, a community college, and my first class started at 8:00, and I used to get up early just to watch The Grind because they used to play the reruns, and I used to fucking.
To the most random shit back in the day. This is probably fucked up. I think though I've discussed this with my friends. They did the same thing at our age. But I remember the Target and like Maya catalogs with I go to the lingerie, the brassiere section and stuff.
Yeah,
that was some good stuff.
These young kids today don't know how good they got it.
What we had to go through.
The big mound in the pants. But you ever watch movies on the old days when you had the shitty just pause button on the remote with the cord?
Yeah.
And I'll be watching some movie, even like that Basic Instinct when she opens her legs. I've been trying to pause it. Was there anything there? Yeah. If a girl bends over, you try and pause it. Like, fuck, I missed it again. I got to go back. Oh, fuck, I missed it again. I got to go back.
Yeah, there was always like a pair of tits bouncing in an 80s comedy, and like in Airplane. And then I used to pause it. I used to know exactly where to pause it just to see those tits. And I had to be like, 7 or 8 years old, and I used to hump the shit out of my bed.
I told you when I used to father's Playboy, that was the biggest thing ever. I'm like, fucking Playboy, wow, look at the bush.
Yeah. That would have been crazy, yeah. We have a music video show, or we had, I don't know if it's on anymore, and it was called Rage. It was like top 50 countdown, and rage. Yeah, and I'd wait for like the film clips where it was like the rappers and stuff, and you got all the girls like twerking and like their tits out. Well, not tits fully out, but I was like, this is the film clip. This is where I'm blowing.
My grandfather did a mechanics who had to pick up his car when I was young, and I used to almost feel like having a wank in there because you go into the bathroom, they have all those calendars on the wall of the naked girls. Alan, just like, wow, this is a good one.
Oh man,
I had all brothers, so there was Penthouse and Hustler magazine and Playboy in my house constantly because it was me, my two brothers, my father. It was constantly. So I never had material not to jack off to. I just had to hide it from my mother, you know.
Oh bullshit! You're up there, fucking looking through Hustler, looking at getting really horny. Mom,
yeah,
I'm feeling sick. I'm feeling sick, Mom.
Xavier doesn't know that. Do you know that? Do you know that story, Xavier?
What story is that?
Xavier doesn't know, but I will quickly run through it so you understand it because Lee Priest is always going to bring it up and make fun of me. So I'm going to quickly run through the story in context, okay? My grandparents were from Italy. Yeah. My mother would have been 90. So my mother's going to be 90. So my mother would have these old Italian ways to check you if you were sick before there were thermometers, okay? So my mother lacked these critical thinking skills because when I was a kid, and it was like the early 80s, she could have skipped these steps and just took my temperature. But what she would do is she would actually feel my head, and then I would feel hot, and then she would say, drop your pants, and then she would feel my balls because...
I don't know.
She would feel my balls because about when a boy is sick and has fever, his balls are droopy. So she would feel my head.
ChatGPTing this.
Yeah, she would feel my head. She would feel my balls, and then she would take the thermometer out, and she would only use an anal thermometer. She would not use an oral thermometer. And then she would say, "Go on," and then she would stick the thermometer up my ass. And then she would take my temperature. And then as I got older and I started thinking about it a little bit, I used to ask her, I was like, why did you have to feel my balls? You know? And she goes, that's the way your grandmother taught me. I was like, yeah, but I get it. But when grandma was young, there were no thermometers. Now you could just skip that step.
And also when you couldn't do poo-poo,
it doesn't need to be a 3-step process.
Yeah,
when you couldn't do a poo-poo, she used to get the hot water bottle with it.
Yeah. Oh, that was another thing. Yes. When I was constipated as a kid, my mother had this hot water bottle, this huge whole plastic hose, and she used to fill it up with hot water, shove it up my ass while I was on the bowl, and hold the hot water up, and the water would rush into my ass, and then I would be able to shit instead of like just giving me prune juice or something. You know,
if you look at it,
I've done coffee
Japanese torture in my house. If you guys,
bullshit. I remember looking at your school attendance record. You were off 200 days of the year sick.
Yeah, no, when I was 15. Yeah,
hustler. Mum, I'm sick. I'm on my way.
yeah. Anyway, so when you hear Lee Priest fucking with me about that, that's where the story comes from.
I think that goes a little deeper than being sick and old remedies. That's because she really loved you, if you know what I mean.
Deeper.
You were mama's boy. You were mama's boy.
She went deeper, that's for sure, with that thermometer. Oh,
did you Google it, Xavier? Did the balls hang lower when you're sick?
I said, do your balls droop when you're sick? It says that's an interesting and in brackets and kind of funny question.
Well, I don't think you should put scrotum on testicles.
No, I think it knows what it means. Being sick doesn't directly make your testicles droop, but there are a few indirect factors. The scrotum naturally adjusts to keep the testicles at an optimal temperature for sperm production, relaxing, hanging lower. When it is warm and tightening up when it's warm and tightening up when it's cold. When you're sick with a fever, your body temperature rises and your scrotum may relax a bit more to cool things down. So yes, during a fever or when your body's overheated, your scrotum might hang a little lower, but it's not because of being sick itself. It's because it's your body's way of regulating temperature.
Can you ask? More about? Is it an old remedy that mothers would grab their son's balls? Can you ask ChatGPT that? Steven says I cannot answer.
Can you ask if their old Sicilian grandmothers would grab their kids' balls?
Dude.
Oh, come back. I am reporting you to the police right now. Call 911.
What's funny is she did in my family, including my cousins and whatnot, like that was like common. Like my boy cousins got the same treatment. My brothers got the same treatment. And then anytime I talked about it outside of that, everybody would look at me like I was crazy. And then I finally realized, Maybe I should.
I wonder though.
John.
I wonder, you said she's in a home now.
Wait. What does it say?
As I said, do elderly Sicilian grandmothers check testicles to see if you're sick? No. That's not a cultural tradition practice among Sicilians or Italian grandmothers.
Oh, you fucked up now, John. She just loves you.
While Sicilian nonnas, grandmothers, are famously caring and sometimes a bit over-involved in their family's health and well-being, they are much more likely to check forehead temperature, make you hot soup, or insist you wear a sweater. Not check testicles for sickness. If you've heard this somewhere, it's probably a joke, misunderstanding, or exaggeration. There's no historical or cultural basis for that.
Little boy to mama. You're special.
Yeah.
I wonder if she said she's 90 and she's getting a bit of dementia. I wonder if you went to see her. I want you to go film it.
Yeah.
Stand at the bed and go, Mama, I'm really sick, and see if it switches on and she puts a hand out to grab it.
Yeah, maybe she might. Yeah.
Instincts, you know.
Yeah.
One more for the road.
Maybe I just
wasn't necessary.
Maybe I just come from a stick family. You know what I mean? I could be.
Oh, you're catching on now, are you? All these years, admit it. You were sexually abused. We're here for you. We're here for you.
But you know what? You know what's funny, Lee, is I don't like when girls some guys like when girls pull on their balls and suck on their balls. When I go like, oh no, don't do that. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Yeah,
I was never that big of a fan of it, but like I think I'm very sensitive around all that. Like, you know when girls like kiss above your dick? That's like, to me, I start jumping around. I'm like, you know, they're about to go down. I'm like, that makes me jump. Like, I'm like, I just do it.
I just go. If you're gonna do that, do it nice and easy. Don't pull my.
This is slowly coming back to John. You know, like if someone's been raped and they block it out and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I think we're slowly, as the more we talk about it,
your
brain's starting to open up because you're accepting it. And I think we're going to learn. There's a lot more remedies that she did on you that you're not releasing right now.
I'm trying to think. What other sick shit did she do?
If you had, like indigestion or sick on the stomach, and if like that, did she like go down on you to try suck the poison out?
No, nothing like that.
I don't know.
Nothing that extreme. I'm trying to think.
Not like the others were extreme, you know.
Yeah.
Nah, why would she do that?
She was just like I don't know. She was just a weird lady. She's just a strange person.
You're never sick in bed. Did you go finger popper and say, just checking the temperature, Mum? Seeing how you are. Hold on, let me smell. Oh, you got an infection.
Yeah. No, but like one time I had mono and I was in middle school, right? I had mono and she wasn't home and I was homesick. And my oldest brother came home and he got really mad. He was in his 20s at this point, and he called up my other brother because he knew she was at my other brother's house, and he said, "Where are you? John's sick." And then she ran home like all surprised that I was sick, and it's like I've had mono for a week already. What do you know? It's whatever. She was just
he mad at 20 because she had stopped touching him and you were getting all the attention.
Yeah, I was getting all the ball. Both hands.
Oh, look at Johnny. He's your favorite. You're fucking rubbing his balls 24/7.
I was not the favorite.
It was a jealousy factor.
I was not the favorite.
Who was?
My middle brother was the favorite.
Well, I'm
just going to pee. I'll just be 1 minute.
Yeah,
I want to see what he got, the middle brother, if he was the favorite.
He was definitely the favorite. There's not even a question about it. I was the least favorite. I was definitely the least favorite.
Oh, they must have been getting the old.
Yeah, I was the least favorite. It's like
now it's making sense. That's why your dad had the other woman and he left because your mum was too busy with the kids, if you know what I mean. She was too busy taking care of the kids.
Yeah, taking care of the kids. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Making sure they weren't unwell.
Yeah, I'm home taking care of the kids.
Yeah, oh, here comes your mum. Here comes Florence Nightingale.
Shit.
Your mum gives us hours of entertainment. That's wonderful.
Yeah. Oh, where's Xavier? I don't want to kill the show without him here. Yeah, I think he went
to have a wink.
I think he went to do Apish. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine if he was jerking off? Looking
off to the side there. We see some white stuff spurt past. What was that? Fucking seagull flew by the camera. He's just in the corner of his room.
You just see it.
Yeah. What was that?
What the fuck
Was that one of those orbs? Was that an orb? You know, see those orbs on the UFO shows.
It was a shooting star. What the hell is
Was that the remnants of Halley's Comet that's passing by? There he is. I see something moving in the room.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
There, I see something moving. Look, there he is.
Comes. There he comes. Is he
Clean up
coming?
the-
He's clean up the mess.
Hi.
Are you back?
That's okay. We just had a good laugh about you off there jacking off in the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
I thought you were jerking off to my mother.
No, the story just got me going.
Unfortunately, guys, it's an hour and 15 minutes. I got to kill it. As much as I love my Australian friends, I have to kind of kill it.
Are we discussing any bodybuilding or?
Well, we did like for about 12 seconds. We talked about it.
That's what Pittsburgh's this weekend.
Yeah.
I know Lee loves predictions.
Oh God, I know. I got to do that Wednesday with the rest of the crew.
I'm going to go.
Fair.
Well, if we do it really, I say Derek, Nick, Martin. But then again, Nick could beat Derek. But I think they're going to be around the top three, and then Vito. Yeah. But Bonak's in it too.
And Mike Rizzo and Bonak. It's going to be a tough fucking.
Yeah.
It's not going to be. It's no joke. Yeah.
Cruzo's looking good too. Cruzo.
Phenomenal. All right, gentlemen. I'm going to call it quits. Thank you very much, Lee, of course. Thank you, Xavier. Thank you again, brother. And I will see you guys soon.
See you soon.
Later. Peace, fellas.
Big head.